How's it going, everyone? Ice fishing is in full swing here in Alaska, and I know there's a lot of people who use the flashers and the different types of sonars. I personally have a Livescope. My wife actually got it for me for Christmas one year, so thanks, dear. This year, my battery that I was using, the one that she purchased, actually stopped working, and I couldn't really figure out why. The battery tested good, but every time I hooked it to the Livescope, it would never work. I'll show it to you here in a minute, and I'll show you kind of what I got going on with my battery setup and how well it's worked out for me so far. So here's the battery that came with the Livescope, or that my wife had ordered whenever she ordered it from Garmin. This is the one that they recommended. Not really sure if they were wrong or anything like that. Obviously they sell the systems and they know the batteries and everything that operate them. I could have just got a bad battery, but not really sure. So I've only had this one for a year. You guys can see the stats on it. I did keep it powered, or not, I didn't keep it powered. I did charge it periodically throughout the summer to ensure it didn't just go completely dead and turn into a bad battery. But then on my first trip out on the ice, battery failed me, went out, plugged it all in, and then the Livescope wouldn't even turn on. So came home and actually tested the battery out. Test fine, all the proper volts and everything, but it will not work. And I can show you guys that here real quick, just what it looks like. All right, so I got it plugged up, and I can show you guys what happens whenever it actually turns it on. So you can see there's the black box. If I hit the power button here, absolutely nothing. I did check, of course, all the cables and all that stuff. That's all she wrote with this battery. So I had to switch it up, and now I'm going to show you guys what I went to. And I seen a lot of other people doing it and read about it. I figured I'd give it a try. All right, so here's the battery setup that I have now. And I can show you guys how I hook it up and everything. So basically, what I did was I went to Amazon and I ordered what everybody was talking about online. They talked about one from some specific website. I don't remember the name of it anymore. Looked like this one worked and it pretty much replicated what it was. Did come bare, so I did have to, basically what I did is I took and I attached these two prong wires here to fit inside the terminals inside the Livescope, and I've had no issues with them. Now, the only thing I can really see maybe later on is one of these things break off and I just have to replace it or something like that. But that's that. But here's the battery that I use. This is just off of a piece of equipment that I have here at the house. I heard a lot about the people using like the Milwaukee batteries and such, and I don't have any Milwaukee tools, so I did have the Dewalts around, and I figured I would give this a try, and it actually works out well. And then also from what I read, it's not really causing any issues with the Livescopes, and it powers them just fine. And what I like about this one is you can actually see your battery level. Now I have used this twice already with no issues at all. Fully charged, it says 20 volts on the screen, and once I get all this together, I can show you guys what it looks like. Used it for 3 to 4 hours, and it dropped to, I believe, like 19, maybe 18 and a half in that time frame, so you're gonna get plenty of time out of it. Let me show you guys how I hook it up inside the Livescope. I didn't change any of the wiring, didn't cut nothing. This is the terminals that slide onto the battery, positive and your negative. And then, like I said, just added these things here, and they fit right inside those terminals there. It's actually quite a nice fit. Fits nice and snug. They're not loose or anything. So that's that. So that's powered now, basically. Slide this thing on there. On, and I just slide that in there. I'll show you guys. Now I did show you the battery one wouldn't work, and it comes right on, no issues. And then I don't know if you can see it. You can see the status light. It's illuminated, and then we'll let this power up. All right, so everything's on. Hopefully you guys can see this here pretty well. Actually, so I was wrong. I did say it dropped down to like 18 and a half, so I haven't charged it since I've been back from ice fishing, and we're only sitting at 19.6. I mean, that was 4 hours of fishing at negative 20 and 30 degrees. Now inside the tent, it's a little bit warmer, but where I have the set, it's on the ice, and it's kind of backed by the material, so it gets pretty cold right there too. And it held that, and like I said, plenty of time fishing. You know, all the functions work. There's no screen issues. It's not glitchy or anything like that. So I would recommend, you know, of course, always do your research and don't take my word for it. I did research it, and from what like I said, from what I'd seen, no one was having issues with any of the changing to those different batteries and such. So yeah, that's that. All right, and then to unhook it, basically it's the same as any other tool releases for these types of batteries. Just it locks in, slide it off, it's out. And then I just set that inside there, just like the normal battery. and then close her up. Anticipating on having to set it up, it was kind of just a backup, but since my battery failed, I had to try something because I like having a Livescope for ice fish. Please like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the battery setup, or if you guys have any tips or tricks. I appreciate it. Thanks.